Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to talk about something that I think is the foundation of healthy, happy skin. We're going to go over the main skin types: normal, oily, dry, combination, and sensitive. And I'll help you figure out which one you might have. We'll also talk about how to take care of each type in a simple, sustainable way. By the end, I want you to feel less overwhelmed by all the advice out there and more confident in what your skin truly needs. Before we dive in, I just want to say this. If you've ever felt frustrated because your skin doesn't seem to behave like other people's, or you've tried routine after routine without results, you're not alone. I meet people every single day in my clinic who have been made to feel like their skin issues are their fault, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Your skin is a living, breathing organ, and like any part of the body, it responds to both your internal health and the world around you. One of the biggest reasons people struggle is that they don't actually know their skin type, or they've been told the wrong one. And if you're using products that aren't suited for your skin, it's like trying to wear shoes that are the wrong size. Even if they're high-quality shoes, they're still going to hurt after a while. So, here's how we're going to approach this conversation. First, I'll explain the 5 main skin types and what's actually happening on a biological level for each one. I'll help you notice early signs that your skin might be asking for a different approach. Then, I'll share a couple of universal habits that can help protect and support any skin type, no matter your age, gender, or budget. And while I'll be giving science-based recommendations, my goal isn't to make you feel like you have to overhaul your whole bathroom shelf. Instead, I want to help you focus on the small, consistent things that make the biggest difference over time. I've seen firsthand how understanding your skin type can turn daily skincare from a frustrating guessing game into something that actually feels nourishing, both physically and emotionally. And I promise, you don't have to spend a fortune or follow a 10-step routine to get there. Let's start by breaking down the 5 main skin types, and more importantly, how to know which one feels like home for your skin. When it comes to identifying your skin type, I want you to think of it as simply getting to know your skin's personality. Just like people, skin has its own way of behaving, and the more you observe it without judgment, the easier it becomes to care for it. There's no good or bad skin type, there's just the skin you have and how well you understand it. One of the simplest ways to figure out your skin type is something I often suggest to my patients: the bare face test. Here's how it works. At the end of the day, after you've cleansed your skin gently and removed all makeup or sunscreen, don't apply anything else. Wait for about an hour. This gives your skin time to return to its natural state. Then, gently press a clean tissue or blotting paper against different areas of your face: forehead, cheeks, nose, and chin. If the paper doesn't pick up much oil and your skin feels comfortable, you might have normal skin. If there's noticeable shine and oil, especially in the T-zone, that's a sign of oily skin. If your skin feels tight, rough, or flaky, it's leaning towards dry. If your cheeks feel dry, but your forehead and nose are oily, that's combination skin. And if your skin stings, burns, or flushes easily, even without obvious triggers, you may have sensitive skin. Now, I want to be clear. These categories are a starting point, not a diagnosis. Skin can change over time because of hormones, stress, diet, climate, and even how you care for it. That's why it's important to revisit this little test every few months or if you notice new patterns. I also encourage you to pay attention to early warning signs that your skin might be unhappy. For oily skin, this could be persistent clogged pores or breakouts. For dry skin, it might be a dull, rough texture or fine flakes that don't go away with moisturizer. Combination skin often shows larger pores in the T-zone, but dryness on the cheeks. Sensitive skin may react with redness or itchiness, even to products labeled gentle. The goal here isn't to put your skin in a box forever. It's to get a better starting point so you can choose products and habits that truly match your needs. Once you know that, you can start working with your skin instead of fighting against it. Next, we'll talk about each skin type in more depth, starting with normal skin, and what normal actually means in dermatology terms. Let's start with normal skin. A term that, honestly, I wish we could rename because normal sometimes makes people feel like every other skin type is somehow wrong or less healthy. That's not true at all. In dermatology, when we say normal, we simply mean that the skin's oil production, moisture balance, and barrier function are generally stable and well regulated. It doesn't mean perfect skin. It just means skin that's not showing signs of persistent dryness, excess oil, or heightened sensitivity. If you have normal skin, it often feels comfortable most of the day. It's not too tight after cleansing, and it's not overly shiny by evening. Pores are visible but not enlarged, and the texture feels smooth to the touch. That doesn't mean you'll never get a blemish or a dry patch. You absolutely can. But overall, your skin tends to bounce back fairly easily from environmental changes like weather shifts or the occasional late night. From a biological standpoint, normal skin has a healthy lipid barrier, the outermost layer that keeps moisture in and irritants out. The sebaceous glands are producing just the right amount of oil to keep the skin soft and flexible without clogging pores. This balance also helps maintain a steady pH level, which supports a diverse and healthy microbiome on the skin's surface. Even though normal skin is generally low maintenance, it's not invincible. I've seen many patients with normal skin develop dryness, irritation, or sensitivity after overusing harsh cleansers, skipping sunscreen, or trying too many new products at once. Just because your skin feels stable now doesn't mean it will stay that way forever. Prevention is key. If you have normal skin, I recommend sticking to a gentle, non-stripping cleanser twice a day, a lightweight moisturizer that keeps the barrier hydrated, and daily SPF, even when indoors or in cloudy weathers. It's also a good idea to avoid overly aggressive scrubs or high concentrations of active ingredients unless they're truly necessary. Think of it like maintaining a healthy diet. You don't need extreme measures to keep things balanced, just consistent, nourishing care. One of the great things about normal skin is that it's a good baseline for testing new products, but still, introduce them slowly and one at a time. That way, if something causes a reaction, you'll know exactly what it was. Next, let's talk about oily skin. What's really going on beneath the surface, and why just drying it out is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. Oily skin is one of the most misunderstood skin types I see in my clinic. A lot of people think it's just about looking shiny or having bigger pores, but there's more going on beneath the surface. Oily skin simply means that your sebaceous glands, the tiny oil-producing factories in your skin, are a little more active than average. That oil, or sebum, isn't a bad thing. In fact, it plays a vital role in keeping your skin soft, flexible, and protected. The problem happens when the production is out of balance. If you have oily skin, you might notice that your face starts looking shiny a few hours after cleansing, especially in the forehead, nose, and chin area, what we call the T-zone. Pores may appear larger in these areas because oil can make them more visible. You might also be more prone to blackheads, whiteheads, or breakouts, since excess oil can mix with dead skin cells and clog pores. Biologically, oily skin is often influenced by genetics, hormones, and sometimes even stress. For example, during puberty or certain hormonal shifts, your sebaceous glands respond to androgen hormones by ramping up oil production. Stress can also trigger this response, which is why some people notice breakouts before big life events. One of the most common mistakes I see with oily skin is over-cleansing or using harsh, drying products to strip away the oil. It might feel satisfying in the moment, but your skin sees this as a threat. In response, it often produces even more oil to try to protect itself. This is why the dry-it-out approach usually backfires. If you have oily skin, your best friends are balance and consistency. Use a gentle, water-based cleanser twice a day, followed by a lightweight, oil-free or gel moisturizer. Yes, even oily skin needs moisturizer. When you skip it, your skin can overcompensate by producing more oil. For sunscreen, look for formulas LED, B-LED, non-comedogenic, or matte finish to avoid adding extra shine. Exfoliation can help prevent clogged pores, but keep it to 1–2 times a week using a gentle chemical exfoliant like salicylic acid rather than rough scrubs, which can irritate the skin. Oily skin isn't something to fight against. It's something to manage so that it works with you instead of against you. In fact, the natural oils your skin produces can help slow down visible signs of aging compared to drier skin types. Next, we'll move on to dry skin, why it's not just about lacking moisture, and how to restore comfort without overwhelming your skin. Dry skin is often described as tight, rough, or flaky. But the reality is, it's not just about missing a little moisture on the surface. At its core, dry skin is usually a sign that your skin barrier, the outer layer that locks in water and keeps irritants out, isn't holding on to hydration as well as it should. This can be due to genetics, age, environmental factors, or even certain medical conditions. If you have dry skin, you might notice that it feels tight after cleansing, even if you use a mild product. You may see small, fine flakes, or your skin might look a bit dull because light doesn't reflect as evenly off a rough surface. Sometimes, dry skin can also be itchy or sensitive because when the barrier is compromised, irritants and allergens can sneak in more easily. From a biological standpoint, dry skin often has fewer natural oils and lipids in the stratum corneum, the very top layer of the skin. These oils act like glue that holds skin cells together and traps water inside. Without enough of them, water evaporates more quickly, leading to that parched feeling. This is why dry skin can be a year-round issue for some people, but worse in winter when the air is cold and humidity is low. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people trying to fix dry skin with heavy exfoliation, thinking they just need to remove the flaky layer. While gentle exfoliation can help smooth the surface, doing it too often actually strips away what little protective barrier is left, making dryness worse. For dry skin, your focus should be on replenishing and protecting the barrier. Use a gentle, hydrating cleanser, one that doesn't foam excessively or leave your face squeaky clean. Follow up with a moisturizer rich in emollients, like shea butter or ceramides, and humectants, like glycerin or hyaluronic acid, to attract and lock in water. If your skin is extremely dry, lay. Airing a facial oil on top can help seal in moisture. Sunscreen is still essential, and many newer formulas have hydrating ingredients built in. At night, you can also use a richer cream to help repair your barrier while you sleep. And don't forget about your environment. Running a humidifier in your bedroom can make a noticeable difference. Next, we'll talk about combination skin, why it can feel like you're caring for two different faces at once, and how to keep both areas happy without overcomplicating your routine. Combination skin can sometimes feel like you're living with two completely different skin types at the same time, and in a way, you are. Typically, combination skin means that some areas of your face, usually the T-zone, forehead, nose, chin, are more oily, while other areas, like your cheeks or jawline, lean dry or even sensitive. This difference can make skincare feel like a balancing act, where one product works beautifully on one area but irritates or overloads another. In my clinic, I often see people with combination skin who are frustrated because they've been told to just pick products for normal skin, or treat the oiliness and the dryness will adjust. The truth is, combination skin is a pattern, not a problem. It's simply how your sebaceous glands and skin barrier behave in different zones of your face. Genetics play a big role here, but weather, hormones, and even your skincare habits can influence how noticeable the differences are. Biologically, the oilier areas in combination skin often have more active sebaceous glands and slightly larger pores, which can make them prone to shine or breakouts. The drier zones may have fewer natural lipids, which means they lose moisture faster and can feel tight or rough. This uneven distribution of oil is why a one-size-fits-all routine rarely works well for combination skin. One of the most common mistakes I see is trying to fix both areas with one extreme solution, like using a harsh cleanser for the oily parts, which then dries out the already dry areas, or using a heavy cream for the cheeks that ends up clogging pores in the T-zone. Instead, think of combination skincare as customizing by zone. For cleansing, choose a gentle, balanced formula that removes excess oil without stripping. When it comes to moisturizing, you can apply a lightweight gel or lotion over your whole face, then add a richer cream just to the drier areas if needed. The same principle works for treatments. For example, you might use a salicylic acid serum just on your T-zone and a hydrating serum with hyaluronic acid on your cheeks. Sunscreen should still be applied evenly across the face, but you can choose a lightweight, non-comedogenic formula that won't overwhelm the oily zones. Over time, this tailored approach helps both sides of your skin feel cared for without constantly tipping the balance one way or the other. Next, we'll look at sensitive skin, why it's not weak, what's actually happening in the skin, and how to protect it without living in fear of every new product. Sensitive skin is often misunderstood, even by people who have it. Many think it just means skin that turns red easily, but it's more than that. Sensitive skin is essentially skin that reacts more strongly than average to things that most people's skin can tolerate. That might mean stinging, burning, itching, redness, or even visible bumps after using certain products, being exposed to weather changes, or touching specific fabrics. When I meet patients with sensitive skin, I often hear frustration in their voices. They've tried countless products, many of them labeled gentle or for sensitive skin, yet still end up with irritation. This can make skincare feel like walking through a minefield. The truth is, sensitive is less about one single cause and more about how your skin's barrier and nerve endings respond to triggers. Biologically, sensitive skin often has a weaker or more easily disrupted barrier. This means irritants, allergens, and even temperature shifts can penetrate more easily, triggering inflammation. In some cases, the nerve endings in the skin are more reactive, which is why you might feel burning or stinging even when there's no visible redness yet. Sensitive skin can also be linked to underlying conditions like eczema, rosacea, or allergies, but it can exist on its own too. One of the biggest mistakes I see is constantly switching products in the hope of finding the one that will never cause a reaction. This constant trial and error can actually make sensitivity worse because the skin doesn't get a chance to stabilize. If you have sensitive skin, the most important thing you can do is simplify. Start with the basics: a very gentle, fragrance-free cleanser, a soothing moisturizer with barrier-repairing ingredients like ceramides or oat extract, and a mineral-based sunscreen with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. Introduce new products one at a time and give each at least 2 weeks before deciding if it works for you. Avoid known irritants like strong fragrances, alcohol-heavy formulas, and overly abrasive scrubs. And remember, just because a product is popular or natural doesn't mean it will be safe for sensitive skin. Nature produces plenty of potent irritants too. Sensitive skin can absolutely be healthy skin. It just needs more protection and patience. With the right approach, you can build resilience over time and reduce flare-ups significantly. Next, we'll talk about universal skincare habits that work for every skin type. The simple, science-backed steps that form a strong foundation for skin health, no matter where you're starting. No matter what your skin type is, normal, oily, dry, combination, or sensitive, there are a few habits that form the foundation of healthy skin. These are the non-negotiables I talk about with almost every patient because they protect your skin's barrier, prevent long-term damage, and support its natural ability to repair itself. The first is cleansing, but doing it gently. Your skin needs to be clean, but it should never feel squeaky or tight afterward. For most people, washing twice a day is enough, once in the morning to remove overnight oil, and once at night to remove dirt, sunscreen, and pollutants from the day. Over-cleansing strips away the natural oils and weakens your barrier, which can actually lead to more breakouts, irritation, or dryness over time. The second is moisturizing. Even oily skin needs it, just in a lighter form. Moisturizers do more than just add water to your skin. They help seal in hydration and keep your barrier functioning properly. Look for products with humectants like glycerin or hyaluronic acid to pull water into the skin, and emollients or occlusives like ceramides, squalane, or dimethicone to lock it in. The right moisturizer can help any skin type look and feel more balanced. And the third, the one I'll never stop repeating, is daily sunscreen. This is the single most important step you can take to protect your skin from premature aging, uneven pigmentation, and most importantly, skin cancer. UV rays penetrate clouds and even some windows, so sunscreen isn't just for sunny beach days. Choose a broad-spectrum SPF 30 or higher, and make it a habit you don't skip. There are also a few universal mistakes worth avoiding. Over-exfoliating is a big one. It can disrupt your barrier and cause inflammation. Another is chasing trends or constantly switching products just because they're popular online. Your skin thrives on consistency, not chaos. Hydration from the inside matters too. While water alone won't cure dry skin, staying hydrated supports overall skin health. Pair that with enough sleep, stress management, and a balanced diet, and your skin will reflect the benefits over time. These basics might not sound as exciting as the latest miracle serum, but they're the reason those serums can work better. Once your foundation is solid, you can add targeted treatments more effectively. Next, we'll talk about common skincare mistakes I see in the clinic. The habits that quietly damage the skin and hold people back from getting the results they want. Over the years in my clinic, I've noticed that many skin problems aren't just about genetics or medical conditions. They're often made worse by a few avoidable habits. Sometimes these mistakes come from well-meaning advice, other times from trends online that simply don't match what your skin needs. And I'll be honest, I've made some of these mistakes myself in the past, before I knew better. The first big one is over-cleansing or using harsh cleansers. Many people believe the tighter and cleaner your skin feels after washing, the better. But that squeaky feeling means your skin's natural oils have been stripped away, and over time, this can weaken your barrier, cause irritation, and even trigger more oil production in oily skin types. The second is skipping sunscreen. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, "I don't go outside much, so I don't need it." UV rays still reach your skin through windows and on cloudy days. And the damage they cause doesn't always show up immediately. It builds slowly, leading to premature wrinkles, uneven skin tone, and a higher risk of skin cancer years down the line. Another mistake is constantly switching products. I understand the temptation. New skincare launches are exciting, and we all hope the next one will be the one. But every time you change your routine, your skin has to readjust. Too much change can lead to irritation, breakouts, or dryness. Overexfoliating is another common one. Whether it's physical scrubs or strong chemical acids, using them too often can strip your skin and cause microscopic damage. While exfoliation is helpful, it works best in moderation. For most people, once or twice a week is plenty. And finally, ignoring early warning signs. If your skin starts stinging, itching, or turning red, it's trying to tell you something. Pushing through discomfort because you've heard a product works for everyone can make things worse and lead to longer recovery times. The key is to listen to your skin. Think of it as a long-term relationship. It needs patience, consistency, and respect. When you avoid these common mistakes, you give your skin the stability it needs to truly benefit from the care you're giving it. In our final section, we'll put everything together, a simple, balanced approach you can start today, no matter your skin type, to keep your skin healthy for years to come. We've covered a lot together, from understanding the 5 main skin types, to recognizing early signs your skin might need a different approach, to building healthy habits and avoiding the pitfalls that so many people fall into. I hope that somewhere along the way, you felt a little more clarity and a little less pressure. Skincare doesn't have to be a guessing game or a constant cycle of disappointment. If there's one message I want you to take away from all of this, it's that your skin is unique, and it's doing its best every single day to protect you. Whether it's producing extra oil, holding on to precious moisture, or reacting to something it doesn't like, your skin is communicating with you. Our job is to listen and then respond with care, not punishment. Healthy skin isn't about perfection. It's not about chasing poreless, wrinkle-free, flawless faces you see online, most of which aren't even real. It's about supporting your skin's natural functions, preventing avoidable damage, and creating a routine you can actually stick with. That's what leads to real, lasting results. So wherever you're starting, whether you have a well-established routine or you're just figuring things out, begin with the basics: gentle cleansing, daily moisturizing, and sunscreen every morning. Learn your skin type, watch how it changes with the seasons or your lifestyle, and adjust gradually. And most importantly, be patient. Skin health is a long game, and the progress that lasts is the progress you make slowly, consistently, and kindly. If you've been struggling for years, please know this: it's not too late for your skin to improve. I've seen patients in their 50s, 60s, even 70s make dramatic changes to the health and comfort of their skin with the right approach. Your skin is capable of healing more than you might realize, and you don't have to do it perfectly to see results. I'm glad we could have this conversation today. If you found this helpful, and you'd like to keep learning about skin health in a calm, honest, and no-hype way, I'd love to have you here. You can subscribe and join me for more videos where we take the time to really understand your skin without judgment and without overwhelm. Take care of your skin, and it will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.